Hey, what's up, world? What's up, village? It's your girl, Tutu, and my girl, Taylor. Thank you for joining us to another episode, the Imperfection Podcast. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey.
Thank you guys again for tuning in, for watching, for following, for engaging. We love you guys so much. You are a part of us, and we are so happy that you are our village. Shout out to the man behind the cam, Ashford Films, who always keeps our production rolling so smoothly. We love you. Thank you so much. We also have a special audience guest, my homie Dwayne of Comfy Art, not Monkey. The fuck? Comfy Arts. Love you so much for showing us support, Dwayne. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Taylor?
Hey, y'all. Nothing much. Don't forget to join us on all social media platforms. Imperfection 444 IMPERFECTION 444 on Instagram and on YouTube, and Imperfection Today on Facebook for all updates.
So this episode is dedicated to the men. As you guys know, Father Day is coming up. So we wanted to dedicate one of our episodes to the wonderful men out there. Shout out to you guys. Ooh. Shout out to the fathers, the father figures, the ones that create a village for children and other people to feel safe, to feel loved, and to feel seen. So we're dedicating this episode on that today. Why are you sitting there like your stomach hurt?
It does hurt. And why would you tell these people that?
Taylor's a little uncomfy today, guys, because this is the Imperfection Podcast, and I feel like I'm not hiding shit.
So remember when I first said it's some things that I gotta keep to myself, bitch? You didn't think that was one of them? You thought that was, her stomach hurt. Let's go into detail. Why does my stomach hurt? No, I was being sarcastic. Please, no, bitch.
Well, shit, I was going to take it there.
They would have never known.
Ride the train if you don't want to go back.
They'd have never known.
For the man.
Well, it's ginger ale in this cup because I wanted to get right for you. I wanted to make sure I was okay. You know, this is
y'all
black medicine.
Know my right hand always stay busy. So again, yes, this is dedicated to the men. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
And I feel like this episode is going to drop before Father's Day. If it does, happy Father's Day, early Father's Day. If it does not, happy belated Father's Day.
Either way, Father's Day or not, we want to celebrate y'all.
Every day is Father's Day for some of y'all.
And not just that, just good men in general.
Good men in general. We will not man bash.
Not on this episode.
We're not doing that. We love our men. We love all men, especially fathers and father figures. So before we do that, I do have to check in with my girl, mental health check-in for you, other than your stomach hurting.
That was my only problem. And since I obviously am sharing it with everybody, my stomach hurt, y'all. So bear with me. I'm doing my best. I'm almost there. But I had a decent week. I had a little hiccup, but you know.
What was the hiccup?
I'll tell you off camera. It's okay.
Did it lead to your stomach hurting?
It might, because my nerves is bad. My stomach be toe up, and I forgot about that. So maybe. Oh. But I kind of feel like I ate something that was just not. Yeah. It wasn't for me.
That happens.
It might be my body saying it's time to detox.
To detox.
Yeah, but I'm okay. Other than that, I'm okay. I'm ready for some warm weather. How are you feeling?
I am feeling good. Today is my baby graduation day. Yes. Shout out to my baby Kai. He's graduating from high school today. He has a full ride to Syracuse University. So I'm going to be turning up. Yes. Love him. Love him. He's not a father. Thank God. Thank God.
He's a good man.
He's not a father. But I had to shout you out on the Father's Day thing because I love you so much. And congratulations, baby. So proud of you.
Congratulations to both of y'all because you did that, eh?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. This is about the men, though. We're not going to talk about that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get started, on some more personal things.
It's mental awareness, men's mental awareness. Health, right? Mental health awareness month for the men.
I can't remember. And it is.
It is.
That's beautiful because it's going to slide right into
beautiful. It flows right into what we want to talk about. So happy Mental Awareness Month.
We're going to talk about some screenings first and foremost for most men, because how many times have you run into men who do not take their health as serious as they should, or they don't get frequent check. They only go to the doctor like when something is wrong, right?
Yeah. Or use the women as a doctor.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that sorry, this is not
No, this is
but
this
no,
is just
it's serious. Like, yeah, it is. Yeah. I have men in my family that I have to constantly just keep on the leash because, you know, men are so strong, right? So like they just want to keep going. They want to keep going. And they literally kind of like dig themselves into the ground until it's literally something wrong and sometimes fatal. But yeah, we definitely have to touch bases on that. You guys have to take care of yourselves.
Yeah. So let's start with some screening for men. That's usually start around your 20s. If you have not found a primary care physician, you should have one by the time you reach your 20s. I don't know how most people grow up. They might have a family doctor, and then they'll help them transition and find a doctor for them after they've reached their 20s. If not, you can call your local health department. You can call your insurance companies and find PCPs that are accepting new patients in your area and that accept your insurance. But in your 20s, you should be finding your doctor, a doctor you trust. And if you don't want to do like Western medicine doctor practices, then a holistic doctor in your area is fine too. But you definitely find a professional that specializes in healthcare. You should be doing your, annual physical and vision screening, cholesterols every 5 years, and self-testicular examinations. Okay. I do not know how to do that. I'm gonna assume you just feel around for lumps. You know how to do a testicular exam?
Put them right here.
No. Do you know how to do an official testicular exam?
Put them right here.
If you do not know.
And cough.
Google is your friend. YouTube is your friend. Please do your testicular exams. Whatever that looks like for y'all. In your 30s, your body will begin to change, and be on the lookout for weight gain, weight loss as well. Changes in your skin, reproductive difficulties, high cholesterol, stress, and find work-life balances. And I think that's extremely important because, like you were saying earlier, men get so overwhelmed with work and they sometimes don't stop until something forces them to sit down and stop. Right. So you do have to find that balance. And I think that a lot of men have been told, you have to work. I mean, they don't work, don't eat, work. Yep. And they don't have happiness outside of that. It's just about working and providing. So work-life balance is extremely important in this day and age. So
yeah, don't
Don't what?
Don't let one ball be bigger than another.
We talk about for the testicular. We back on that.
That's the only way they're gonna go to the doctor. Something wrong down there,
or itching and burning,
or itching. I mean, something like
if you have any,
you got to get all the checks though.
Right.
I know, man. I know your man's
in your 30s
and everything, but you make sure you go.
In your 30s,
get more than that check. Your diabetes check, your cholesterol checks. Taylor said that y'all could get breast cancer too.
Yes, you can. So you'll still be doing your testicular examinations monthly. Mm-hmm. Your annual physical exams, vision screenings. You'll probably start doing blood glucose screenings, cholesterol every 5 years, skin checks, and fertility testing if needed. And in your 40s, same thing. Around 40 though, you will start to screen for colon cancer and things like that. You'll get a prostate exam. I believe that's yearly, and screening for heart disease. It's also really important to share with your family, with your PCP family histories of illnesses and diseases. I think a lot of people don't ask the questions of their family, their parents, or
that's very important,
aunts and uncles as well, about past health issues. And if you are not close with your family and you're unable to get those things, anything that seems abnormal, please share with your physician.
Because early detection is so important. It can save you your life.
It is.
So for sure, know the family history.
And preventative care as well. We all should be as active as we possibly can. We should be eating well. We should be doing a full body detox every few months, fasting every few months. You should be doing some of these things. Your water intake should be healthy. No, this is really
what if they like chicken wings?
What if they like chicken wings?
They may not want to hear this shit.
Then they not the motherfucker for me. Then I know you're trying to get at, bitch. We ain't going there. You are.
You can bake them instead of frying.
You're funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna go even up to men in their 50s, and then we're gonna move on as far as screenings go.
Oh, the daddies, the zaddies,
the papas,
the salt and pepper steppers.
I like a good salt and pepper.
I love me a little good salt and pepper mix.
I had a nice salt and pepper.
You did?
He wanted kids though.
Salt and pepper wanted kids?
Yes, unbelievable.
Salt and pepper wanted little salt and little pepper?
A handsome, just a good looking guy.
Did he have little salt and little peppers already?
No. They're about my age. That was a good man though. But we're gonna keep it moving.
He was a good man, Savannah. A good man.
All right. All right. So you're still going to continue when you get into your 50s with your testicular examinations monthly, yearly physicals and vision screening, your blood and sugar glucose testing, colonoscopy, prostate exams, EKGs, skin check, eye disease screening, your diabetes and bone health starts to come into effect. So all those things you should be on the lookout for. I know they have kind of guidelines for, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, but if anything changes at any given age, seek help. And please find a primary doctor because we need y'all. We want y'all to take care of your health, whatever that looks like for you. And you want to go over some statistics for mental health for men? You want me to go over that?
Yeah, I the nurse.
Oh, I'm not a nurse when I leave out of it. I'm just a woman spreading the word. I am not a nurse today.
God bless you.
No, I'm not a nurse, y'all.
I feel like mental health is important, so please go over it. Like they
is. So we'll
some of y'all need to go on that lady couch and sit down and pour it all out. And it's okay, cause I'm in therapy, and I thought the same thing. But
I love therapy.
It is life changing. Best investment you can do.
Yeah, and I know therapy looks different for everybody, but
it does.
If you have not tried it, like, don't knock it. It's okay, And
don't be discouraged too, because let me tell you something. When I first went to therapy, I hated it. It was the wrong doctor though. It was the wrong therapist. Went the second time, it was a little bit better, but it still wasn't my fit. But that third time, when I tell you the boot fits.
Yeah.
Shout out to my therapist, Deshawn. Like, she's the best. So, like, don't be discouraged if you find a therapist and it's not your fit at that time. Keep going. You have the researchers to do your research resources. I'm sorry. To do your research to find the best therapist that fits you. So don't give up.
All right.
Don't give up.
Amen to that. So, mental health awareness for men. According to the General Social Survey, approximately 28 to 35% of men in the U.S. report being very happy.
Oh, you calling that cap?
I'm not calling that cap. I'm just saying what they said. I will say I don't know what this group of men they asked look like. Excuse me, y'all. But this is what they're saying. They're very happy. We'll ask some men in a minute and see what they think. A large portion of about 50 to 60% report being pretty happy, and around 10 to 15% report not happy. So okay, so the trends over time.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it? What part?
10% being not happy.
10 to 50%. Do you think it's higher?
Of course, I feel like it's higher.
You think more men are unhappy?
Oh, for sure. I got y'all, man.
So do you feel like the percentage is among Black and brown people that's higher, or just men in general?
Just men in general. Just the weight that they have to carry.
Okay, so hold on. Let's tap into that. Okay, so trends over time. Men's happiness has declined slightly over the past 2 decades, but remain higher than most women. Factors that influence men's happiness are relationships. Men in stable marriages or long relationships tend to report higher happiness levels. I'm just reading these statistics.
Where do you get them from? Google?
Hold on.
That is insane.
So friendship quality and emotional support systems also play a big role. Work and purpose, physical and mental stability, and financial stability all play a factor in men's happiness, which I agree with.
Okay.
I don't know if the percentage of unhappy men is higher, but I will say in the past 10, 15 years of my own life with my own experiences, I have experienced a lot of men who seem to be pretty happy, successful men, but they weren't. Once you really got to know them, they weren't. And I would say from my experience, about maybe half of the men, maybe even more than half, have been unhappy.
Can we just dive in? Can we just dive in real quick?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to just say this. Men are it's already hard for them to express their feelings, right? So this was like questions that was asked, polls that were took, right? It's hard for me to believe like that is the truth. I do feel that men do have to carry a lot of weight on their back. I feel like men do have to they're against a lot out here in the world, and they're against a lot when they come home too. That's another story. But I feel like, you know, after a while happiness does decline, and I don't feel like 10% out of 10, between 10 and 15% is unhappy. I feel like it's a higher percentage.
What percentage?
Especially nowadays, I feel like it's more than half.
You think more than half of men in society are unhappy?
I feel like that. I mean, you see, like, come on now, like a man, when they really express how they truly feel, depending on the case by case on why they feel in certain situations, they are very unhappy. Now, is it our job to fix it? Depending on what it is, no, it's not. It is everyone's job to figure out what they're unhappy about, to fix it internally. But what I can say is, ain't no damn way 10%, 15% of them are not happy.
Well, hold on real quick, because we're once again we're talking about what we feel and think. So if we ask, it's
very generalized. Yes, disclaimer.
Okay. Your man
conversation is always generalized.
We know that. Do you?
Hi, Dwayne. Welcome to the audience. Put your ass.
We
right
have
on
audience participation.
And
you too.
And he a married man.
Come on, what's going on? We got questions to ask.
We're asking questions.
So the last statistic that I read said between 10 and 15% of the men in our society report being unhappy. Do you think that percent is higher or lower than the national average?
You could just say yes or no. You don't have to have an explanation. We can't really hear them though.
We can hear them if you talk.
I think that percentage is higher. But there's hundreds of different reasons why, you know, men are unhappy. Sometimes it doesn't even have anything to do with his lady. It could be a lot of what he got going on internally.
Yep.
It could be a lot.
I agree.
Most of the time, it's a lot of what's going on with him and the weight that he has to carry and the role that he has to, you know, the expectation he has to live up to that society and or even just his lady has up. And if she doesn't fully understand what it's like to put these size 13s on, then she will have a hard time providing a safe space for him and providing him the space in regards to what's in her control for him to be happier.
Right.
She's not in control of his happiness. That's a him thing. But she can support that in regards of providing a safe space, providing, you know, the right support, you know, and continuing to uplift him even in his wrongs.
Appreciate that so much. And that's what thank you so much for your feedback. And that's coming from a man. I feel like it's not always a relationship, just how the world sees a man and the expectation of a man. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, him being in a relationship is making him unhappy. It's who he is and what he thought he should be,
his purpose,
or what he was taught to be, and then going out into the world and seeing it differently. You know, it's his internal issues. It's what the workforce looks like. It's what the kids need. You know, it's what the world defines him as. And then you, again, like I said, then you step out and you like you're stuck in between of what the world wants me to be versus what I really want to be. You know, like you have to seek that internal happiness, and that's hard for a man when you're taught young to not cry, when you're taught young to be the provider, like 100%. You know, when you're taught young to sometimes take care of yourself. You know, when the fathers are not in the household, and this is only for the father, because there's some great fathers that made sacrifices to be in the household. You know, just so that their children can have 2-parent households, and I really give that up to people. But you know, just figuring their own selves out as men. That's hard. Like, how many men are living in their truth? How many men are living in their truth nowadays?
That's for all those reasons that were listed too. Y'all both tapped into all the reasons that people were unhappy. You feel like for those reasons alone, the percentage is a lot higher than the 10 to 15 that they said.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah, I mean. Okay. But I mean, hey, men know how to suppress feelings really well. So even if it's on paper and it says anonymous, and you know, and it's like, okay, well, we ain't gonna expose your answers, I feel like they still have a little suppression. Like they're not gonna truly probably say how they truly feel, and that's sad.
All right,
that is so sad. Like I empathize with our men.
Yeah, you have to. So of course, are asking questions from men that we have in the room with us, but we also ask some questions, you know, to gain points of views from men around us, you know, men that we respect around us. And we wanted to take a minute to listen and to truly hear from the men themselves, gather some insights into their experiences, their needs, and their perspectives. In doing so, we were also able to reflect on ways we can better care and support the men in our lives. What follows are a collection of meaningful thoughts, shared experiences, and particular tips.
You over there. We trying to dedicate an episode. You see what? Y'all don't appreciate shit.
I'm gonna need y'all to stay focused.
We need to sit quiet.
I got that. I got all of that. Trust me. I really did. I did my one with this one. Okay.
Well, no, we love y'all. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all, but shut the fuck up.
A better understanding of how we can assist the men in our life, just creating safe spaces and things like that. So that's why, you know, it's easy for us to get up here and to talk about what we think or feel a man needs and what he might be thinking. That's you know, that's easy enough, but it's a little insane, you know, because we're not men. So who better to explain
a man
what they need than a man? A man can explain what they need for the woman. They can explain the things in their life that they struggle with. They can explain the way they want to receive love. They can explain what it looks like when they love someone and they give love. So we ask those questions because we want to get a better understanding and share it with our friends.
Right.
How we can be of service to the men in our life who deserve it. Okay. So one of the questions that we asked was, what does stress and depression look like or feel like for most men?
Yep.
Okay. And we got some answers, and please feel free to jump in if y'all feel like there's something that needs to be said that we didn't gain from other people. But
that haircut.
Hold on.
That haircut.
So that was one of them. So lack of self-care and hygiene was one thing
they
that
gonna
we
do
got.
Is go see their barber.
They weren't going. Yeah, so men who might be depressed were not taking care of themselves.
Yeah,
like they weren't getting those haircuts, or they weren't, keeping up with their hygiene, and they just were. They were going down bad, and that was one of the things that was brought up. That men they stopped caring for themselves.
Yep.
That was, a sign of what might be some depression or some stress, I should say. Isolation.
Yep.
For sure. One. We heard overindulging. So, gambling, maybe spending excessively, gaming, those things like that. I don't know what else. I didn't get much else about overindulging, what that looks like.
I feel like what overindulging is definitely seeking some type of internal love or answer.
Right.
So like overindulging could be, again, any maybe guilty pleasures.
Right. So what does
Any
that look like? Maybe
so
you're excessively watching porn, overindulging, something that
it
you're
could
doing
be,
that
yep,
is excessive.
it
So
can be smoking more, when
Right.
you're trying to let it go. It can be not going to the gym if that's what you do. It can be gambling. It could be spending more money. It could be going out and dealing with a bunch of different women just to make you feel. How can we help? Yes.
This is good. I said I can.
Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the simplest form, overindulging comes with wanting to escape reality.
Okay, I love that.
In the simplest form.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We find what we like. We overdo it because whatever we're trying to deal with, well, whatever we need to deal with, is tough to deal with at that time. We don't have the right answers for that situation. We don't know how to handle it. We know it ain't going nowhere. So just to get by, we escape reality by overindulging in whatever it is that's taking place. But the problem is bleeding over into the relationship. It bleeds over into the marriage. It bleeds over into the communication you need to have with your partner, right? So that has to be a hard check with us in recognizing that whatever I'm overindulging in, that gotta stop, because I know in the midst of it, it's not helping.
I have a question. What about the support? You often are supposed to surround yourself with a good circle, surround yourself with a good team of men that is going to make you accountable for certain things. So what about that lack of support? What if you lack that support? Is that one of the things also too that you can overindulge in guilty pleasures or different things if you don't have that support?
If you lack that support, then that would mean one or two things. That support isn't available and you're seeking it, or that support is available and you're not doing nothing about it. Because with that comes accountability.
Or surrounding yourself around yes men, people that would
That's true. That's
also
your
support your negative ways.
Overindulging ways, you're only gonna make worse. So for me personally, I've joined like at my church I'm leading a men's group.
Okay.
I need more than ever. You know what I mean? But that's because I'm at a place where it's like, okay, you need to be better. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be better.
Right.
So go ahead and surround yourself around other like-minded men that are also not perfect, but just be in a community that's going to help support each other to be better. Right? There's another event that goes on a monthly basis where men come together and have a safe space to speak at a barbershop. You want to have a safe space for us? That's why barbershops are like one of the we'll go to sleep in a chair so quick.
Yeah.
Because, that's where we have our decompressing moments. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the support is there. You got to go find it.
Okay.
You have to be hungry enough to go find that support so you can be accountable for your actions.
Okay, so based off of what Kyron said, how can you make that a safe place? How can you make that a safe haven for a man? Rather, it's your brother, it's a man, it's your father. How can you create that safe haven at home for them? If he expressed all of those things, it was a mouthful and they were really good. So how can you create that safe haven for them? What would you do?
For me personally, I will say that I pride myself on making sure that I am a safe space, period. My home is just that. If I welcome you into my home, you are safe here, you are protected here, period. So I make sure that you understand that whatever you said in confidence to me and expressed to me, whether we are, friends or we are romantic partners, it's safe over here. If we don't end up going anywhere from here, it will still be safe here with me. And I think that what I do, I listen. I literally just listen. And I don't try to fix and repair and jump in, because I think a lot of the time men know what it is that they need to do. They don't want to be told like what to do though, but they just want to express themselves.
Yeah.
So I just do that. Like I know how to be a in the air. I know when it's time to just be quiet and listen to whatever it is that they need to get off of it. I don't always have the answers. Even if I do feel like I have the answers, like I know you're a man. I know you can fish it out of there. You know, when you ask me for help, then I'm more than willing to give my opinion. But I'm never going to make a man feel like I'm trying to run something, or I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go over his head. I listen, and that's just, I think that's my superpower. Like,
I
you
feel
are,
like for me, I think it's the grace
yeah,
of letting them know it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like men don't hear it enough that it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
It's okay to not be great in that area. It's okay that, you know, a plan didn't work out efficiently the way that you wanted it to. You know, it's okay. And like you said, a listening ear and giving them that space to confide in you. You know, it's so hard for a man to open up nowadays. And we as women sometimes they say, and it's so true, our words are weapons. And that is the quickest way to kill a man, is our words. So sometimes everything doesn't require a response or a beat down, you know, with our words. Sometimes it's just, you know what, baby, it's okay. It's okay. I support you. It didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out, but you know what? I know the next time when you get your feet in there, it's going to be greater than what it's supposed to be.
yeah,
You know, so like, yeah, like you said, just creating that confidence for them, because they go outside and get beat up every day, mentally, physically, emotionally, the world, everything, the pressures of the world. So when they come home, that should be the peace. Obviously, don't ask for peace if you don't bring peace to the house either. But that's
ain't
not,
that.
it's not about us. It's not about us. No, it's not.
keep it cute.
We gonna keep it cute, and it's for y'all. But I promise you, if you bring peace in a house and you're with the right woman, you're under the right roof, it will be nurtured.
Amen.
It
All right.
will be.
So, another question that we asked: what does being a man, very plain and simple, being a man, what does that look like? And what does that mean? Being a man.
Like, what the definition of what a man should look like?
Yeah.
In my
simple, plain and
eyes,
simple.
or in a man's eyes, or society eyes, because
we
like
don't
when I tell
care
you it's different.
Nope, this is from a man. This is from a man, what they feel. And some of the things we got were just creating tradition. A man should create tradition. Within his own family that he created. He should look like a leader.
Of course, yes.
He should bring security. And, you know, with bringing security, like reassurance. When he walks in the room, you feel safe. You feel like, you know, you feel a man's presence, and it's strong, and it's, you can feel soft around this person. Those are some of the general answers I got. What about y'all?
Well, before you ask them, I feel like a man too, they come with this sternness, right? It's something in a man that even will make a child listen, right? A badass child listen. It's something about a man that will make the room stop and stare and pay attention. And literally, I'm telling you, chaos will be brought down here.
Yeah.
There's something about their sternness. And I feel like that brings about a man, like one of the many definitions of a man. Yeah. Just a way that they can exert their power.
I don't think they have to say
beautiful.
Anything. I think they just should bring a calmness.
They do. They bring a calmness, and they bring order to a fucking room. You get what I'm saying? Like that power, when you use it the right way, it makes the room just stop and just everything get in order.
Yep.
Just like that. When you use it the right way. Of course. But yes. So what does a man look like to you guys? Yeah, hi.
Go ahead.
the man, yeah. Do you?
Kyron on fire.
Okay. Shooter. The shooter behind us.
First off, the basic principles of a man, especially a man with children, is a man who takes care, not just visiting your child. I mean, talking about emotionally investing in his children. The power. Once I learned this, it changed my life. Like, I was always, since my daughter was born, I ain't take none of that. I'm going to be in your life. We saying if Van knock on the bro man from the 5th floor, I don't cook.
Five.
We gonna eat some noodles and pancakes. I want to be fed.
Yes.
Provide. Right? But when I learned this quote, it changed my life. The power of a father is his presence.
Yes.
The power of a father is his presence. That alone weighs so much. And when I understood that, I'm already a great father, but I just took it to another level in regards of being a man because, I want to make sure they hold me being the man in their life holds me accountable by, just continue to lead by action so they can replicate what I'm doing on a whole nother level.
Right.
Right. So now for my wife, with just seeing that alone allows her to continue to stay in her soft girl mode and allow me to lead and be the man that I'm supposed to be. So again, first and foremost, you being a father, being a leader, being a provider, and I'm not just saying that just to be saying it, but like you really have to be active in those modes, like in those lanes consistently.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what can get stressful at times is like the beautiful point you made earlier in regards of the weight that it takes, because that's a role not everybody can walk in. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
But as long as you're giving it your best effort, you walking in the role of being a real man.
And I hate to interrupt you, but I must say I have to give you your flowers. I've known Kyron for years, and we worked at the airport together. And when I tell you, we had to be to work at 4:00 in the morning, okay? And Kyron had his daughter, and Kyron did not have a car. Do you understand me? Kyron would get up extra early to get his daughter, take her somewhere else, come to work, leave work, then take his daughter to school. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. So my brother, when I tell you, you walk your walk and you talk your talk, I appreciate you.
Amen.
And I appreciate you as a man. And I appreciate you as a man showing your daughter how she needs to be treated as a young lady, how you show up for her in spite of. There was no excuse. I watched you do it. Happy Father's Day to you. Because you are truly a father every single day. And you deserve your flowers every day. The way that you show up for your family, the way that you love your wife, the way that the structure that you have for your children and the home base that you have, you got it going on, and you're going to be nothing but blessed. And I'm so proud of you, and I'm so glad to see God doing things for you. So make sure you start that ministry, and yeah. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you, friend. The man behind the cam, Ashford Films. It's no lip service. It's no lip service from that man. He talks his talk and he walks his walk. So
we love that, man.
We love you for that, Kyron. Thank you so much for your feedback.
Thank you, Kyron.
Thank you, Kyron. Thank you, Kyron. Yes, that's my friend. That's the type of friends I roll with.
That's our producer.
Yeah. The shooter.
Not the little one.
Not the little one, the big one.
We love that. So
brag about my friends.
That's fun. I mean, that's great. But like another question we asked was like, how did becoming a parent change you as a man? And one of the answers that we got was like discipline.
Okay.
So all of that, with all of that, you getting up 4 a.m, doing what you, or not even before that, to get your babies off and still go to work and showing her like discipline, like, you know what I mean? Not to say that people without children don't have it, but there is like
you don't
that
think
certain
about anybody else.
Yeah, well,
there's no other responsibility. If you decide to fuck your life up, you decide to fuck your life up. But now you have this little human in your hands that you are responsible for. Every action, everything that you do has to reflect on the decisions that you make in life.
Yeah.
So yeah, discipline is a part of it.
Yeah. And that
for
definitely
sure.
can change you and
For sure.
the way that you value things, you know, so we appreciate that. And we definitely have to give the men who are putting in that work
Yes.
their flowers.
And you know, a father does not define you actually planting your seeds in someone else. You could be a father figure, you could be a mentor, you could be a friend, you could be someone that even just saved someone's life. Someone look up to you. That's what I consider a father. You know, everybody is not fortunate to have a father, but I feel like, you know, we can build villages based off of father figures and who we look up to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys, we're talking to you guys too, and we're hoping that you're tuning in too, because you guys are great as well.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right. So another question that we asked that I really like appreciated these responses because it looks different for everybody, especially men. But was, how would you like to receive love? And how do you show love?
Yeah,
isn't that
was such a great question.
I did
that,
right? But you know what too, like I ask people that anyway because it makes sense. Like, you know, well, what's this, you know, your love language and things like that, whatever people say. But it's like, it looks different for everybody. Just because I'm with you doesn't mean that you are going to, you know, give love the same way that he did over there or the same way that I do. Like, it looks different. So let's talk about what that looks like for us, right?
I got a good answer.
Okay.
Leave him the fuck alone.
Wait. This ain't about what you. Leave who alone?
The man, sometimes they want to be left alone.
But you don't. But hold on, because you're a woman. We didn't ask you. We want to know from the man.
But I thought I was saying my answer, your answer, and then we gonna engage because he itching behind here and he really wants to answer this question.
Okay, so let's explain some of the answers that we got. The first one being, how do you want to receive love? And an answer that we got, and then we'll ask you guys too. But an answer that we got: men want to receive love freely, without conditions and unrealistic expectations. They want to be heard, not just fixed, like we talked about. They want to be supported in the way that man chooses. If he tells you what he needs, do just that. People get too hung up on giving love and support the way that they want to receive it and not the way that their person on the other side of the scenario wants it. Love them without judgment. Give them a safe space to breathe, to be them, and to feel free. Let them be fully themselves, unfiltered and unafraid of scrutiny. So to me, from that, I took away, literally, you have to give this person a safe space.
Yes. It all goes back to that safe haven, that safe place.
I think for us women, our friends are like our safe space, and you know, like going to the hair salon and your nails. We have those things. I think a lot of men sometimes don't have that, and if they can't have it anywhere else, shouldn't they have it with you, with their partner?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want my man to be afraid to tell me anything. I want to know everything. But I do understand that some women say that and they don't really mean it. And then the second that you piss them off, you know, all your business is out in the street. I think that shit is trash and I don't like it.
Oh, but baby, that is... Yeah,
it's crazy.
That is
right?
Stupid. That is so. I can't stand when a woman do that. And y'all know we girly girls. We love our girly girls. But get a grip on that, sis. Like when a man confides in you and then y'all fall apart or you get mad, that does not mean go tell that man's business or try to sink him while he's drowning. Like that does not mean that.
Yeah.
That man confided in you.
Yeah.
That man opened up to you. That man seen something in you that looked safe. Okay.
And he played there. And then now
you playing with this man's feelings. But let me just add on to what Taylor said. Some men just don't want to be nagged. Like, I get it. Like, I understand some men bring shit in the house that needs to be talked about, okay?
Yep.
And I'm talking about good men.
Yeah.
And I know even good men make mistakes. But sometimes they don't want to be nagged. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like we said, like, just listen. Allow them to have their moments. We got our moments, right? A man know how to leave a woman the hell alone. Oh, she in her feelings. Let me take my ass to the man cave. I ain't dealing with this shit today. You good, babe? Okay. I don't like the way you answered that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my ass downstairs. So like, I feel like, give them their time, their respectful time to be able to recollect, reset, refresh themselves. Don't judge them based off of always just not reacting the way that. I feel like that's a love language.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying too? So, based off of, like you said, your question on what loves look like, sometimes it's quiet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's silent.
I also think some men need a hug. They need so much affection. They're big baby. Yeah. What about y'all?
Okay.
Oop.
Oh,
Men
come
need
on.
hugs.
y'all got it. I know. Come on, Kyron, bring it.
Words of affirmation and physical touch.
Oh, y'all know y'all like to be touched, don't y'all?
They do.
They love to be touched.
They do.
The words of affirmation. Again, going back to the point I made earlier. You already on our own. We already hearing a whole bunch of negative about what we need to be, what we need to do this and the third. So, that self-confidence got to be already built in. Like, that's something that we already have to work on. But ain't nothing like a woman speaking life
into you.
How high of, like, I don't care what you already think of yourself. What a woman can do for you in regards to how she speak to you in that type of way, it is impossible for you to do yourself. Not saying we can't speak life into ourselves, but when the right woman do
it is words, it's powers in the tongue. And I'm talking about the words first and then the other thing next. But I'm so serious, but like it's power in the tongue, a woman's tongue.
All right, so Tootsie Roll.
Oh, who rolling? Who rolling?
Where's that?
Who rolling?
See, that is not the definition of Tootsie Roll.
Okay, oh my God. I was gonna say I'm rolling. I probably was, but whatever.
All right,
whatever.
So, how do men show their love? When a man wants to express that they love someone without just saying it, what does it look like when they show love? What should you be seeing or receiving from them?
You asked me the question, right?
Well,
based off of the answers, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, so one of the questions that we received.
This is a whole essay here.
It was. I'm sorry.
College paper.
Men often.
I lost my spot.
Jump in. You lost your place?
I lost my spot.
Did you? We about to wrap up soon, y'all. I'm sorry. So feel free to jump in, y'all. So, wow, let's go. Time go by fast.
I know.
So men often show their love not just through words, but through actions and intention. Being open emotionally and being vulnerable. Truly listening and wanting to solve what weighs on you. They express love by leaning into their strengths and their softness, showing up as that textbook man and giving their all, even if it's their last, uplifting you and being your motivation and offering a sense of protection that lets you know that you are safe there with them.
Nice. I like that. And I feel like that touches everything. Again, it comes to that safe place of them being able to come and come as they are.
Yeah.
Not come as this textbook version or this worldly statistic of what a man should look like in somebody's eyes who wrote it human in words. Like, it's creating that safe place, is listening, is being understanding, is showing grace.
For them though, to what they show to you, you saying they're saying that they want to create that space for you too, to let you know that you're safe here.
Reciprocation.
Yeah, that's what I got from that too.
Reciprocation. That's what I get from it.
Yeah,
you know, because they
provider.
just they want to feel appreciated. You know, and I feel like when they love you, they show appreciation. They lock in. I mean, you know, even just materialistic wise, some men would actually spend money on you. You know, so, like a man who loves their money, who works hard for their money, they're willing to put you in a position where you ain't got to work no more.
Yeah.
That's love.
And one of the bullet points that I got too was that they will give you their last. And I've seen that. And like they'll go without to make sure that, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
You are put up and you're okay.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I don't even think, of course, in most cases they're not gonna let you know that they're giving you their last, but they just want to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah.
First and foremost, you're okay and you're not going without. And yeah.
And you know, before because I know like we're running low on time, I admire a selfless man because they will not budge. You will never know they on their last. You will never know they riding a coattail of a couple cents left. You know what I'm saying? In a account. But they're going to make sure that they provide. They have this hustle.
Love a hustler.
In them.
Yeah.
That is like, oh my God, my wife got to eat, or girl got to eat, kids got to eat. You know what? If I could just get enough for them to eat,
I'll be all right.
I'll be good.
Yeah.
I'll be good. So I know it's Father's Day and we have daddies in our lives. Yeah. So what would you say to your dad that's watching today? Like, would you?
Well, first of all, I'm a daddy's girl.
Yes, you are.
My mama is my best friend. We locked in. I'm a daddy's girl. Always been. My dad is so ride or die. Like, that's my right hand. And I protect my dad. I don't play about my dad. He can't do no wrong in my eye. You know what I mean? As a man to somebody else, you know, I can't speak on that. But my daddy.
But your daddy.
Me and my dad like that. Anything go wrong in my life or any kind of, you know, inconvenience I have, Daddy, can you come fix this? Daddy, can you? That's what I'm calling. It's so strange too because, like, you know, my daughter doesn't have her dad anymore. Her dad passed away a few years back, and I get so excited and, you know, like, cheesy eyed and just about my daddy, and it makes me mourn for my daughter because she didn't get to experience that. But my dad is her role model. My dad is locked in, and I appreciate that man so much. I don't think he would ever understand how much I appreciate him. Like, my dad is my Superman. I've worked with my dad. And I've had to literally, like, you know, I know men are supposed to be protectors and we talk about, you know, romantic interests a lot of this show, but like, I protect my daddy. I don't play about him. And it was hard. I worked with my dad for years and it was hard because I know some people didn't really maybe like my father, but they fucking knew, you better not say nothing around me because we'll lose our job around here. I don't play about my dad. You better come correct if you got anything to say about Andrew. Or we can go fuck outside. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
Like, my mom picked such a good dad, and my mom and my dad are not together anymore. But my mom did that, so I gotta give my mama her prop. 'Cause my daddy is the truth, and I wish more people could experience just 1% of what I get from my dad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The one thing I can't stand about him though is them damn lectures. My dad will lecture your ass. You hear the Albuquerque. I can't stand it. But you know how much shit I have got from them even as a kid, and now I'm an adult. I can't stand it, but I be needing it sometimes. I do.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah,
we do need it. But them damn lectures, you be like, you know, just whoop my ass.
Just whoop my ass because I'm over this lecture. But it's
But we need them, and we
need
are
'em.
who we are now.
That's my Superman.
And the words for my dad, I
Love
love
you,
my
Daddy.
dad so much. Oh, we love you, Mr. Andrew. Words for my dad. My dad is such my Superman too. One thing I have to say is my dad sacrificed his life for me when it came to even just wanting to raise his children in a 2-parent household. That takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? My parents been together for about 40, maybe over 40 years. And they have really sacrificed a lot. My dad has sacrificed so much just to even be in the household to raise his children. So I love my dad so much. I love how forgiving my dad is, because I was so I was a rebel. I was a rebel back in my time. So, you know, it was things that I've said, things that I've did to my father that, oh my goodness, if my kids was to have done to me. But my dad always forgave me. My dad always showed me grace. My dad always showed up for me. My dad was always there to wipe my tears away. My dad was always there just to love on me in spite of. And my mom chose a wonderful man to live life, do this thing called life with.
Yeah.
I love you so much, Daddy. Thank you for everything that you have done. My dad just lost his dad, my grandfather.
Oh, rest in
So I know that, you know, it's a hard time for him right now. But when I tell you he come from a bloodline of soldiers, of just hustlers. Like my dad, we never went without. We never went without, and I appreciate him so much. And I remember he just always would say, like, you know, my greatest accomplishment in life is when you sit me down and tell me that, thank you. You know, I want nothing else out of life. Just from the lectures, from everything, from all of the fights and everything, you will sit me down and you will say thank you. I promise you that. And I thank you so much, Dad. Like, I love you. I thank you. Thank you for making me who I am, the woman that I am, the strong woman that I am today. I don't even deserve your love.
Of course you do.
I don't.
Shout
I
out to
don't,
Nate.
but I have it. And he has a decision to love me the way that he do. He decided to love me the way that he did. And I love you for that. I will always love my father for that. I don't play about my daddy. I don't play about Nathaniel Jackson Sr. Don't play about my motherfucking dad. I don't play. I come for my fucking dad. Don't play with me. I turn this bitch inside out for my daddy. You hear me?
Them girls
You
don't play about them daddies.
I don't play about my damn daddy.
All right.
But I love you, Dad. Happy Father's Day. I love
Happy
you.
Father's
I
Day,
can't wait to
y'all.
run home and just hug you. Hug you and love on you, Dad. And just tell you that you're such a wonderful man.
Oh, you love that.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I know that I have a note to self. It was my duty to do the note to self today, and I will leave you guys on a good note. I just want to say shout out to all of the father figures, the village builders, the ones that show up, the one that ministers, the one that speak life and pour love into every woman, every man, every children. You are not defined as a father by only creating a child. You are defined on how you show up. You are defined on how you instill, and you are defined by your legacy. And we appreciate you and we love you. And you may not hear that enough, but understand you are so appreciated. And it should not be just one day that recognizes you. You are a father 24/7. We see you, we hear you, and we love you so much. Thank you so much for allowing us to honor y'all today. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Tell them where they can find us and follow us on.
You can find us on all social media platforms at Imperfection 444, IMPERFECTION 444 on Instagram and on YouTube, and Imperfection 2Tay on Facebook for all of our updates and things like that. Real quick, I do want to recommend a book for you guys. Man, Heal Thyself by Supernova, Queen Afua's son. I gifted this book to someone a while back, and I think that it is an amazing self-help guide for all men from all walks of life. So if I can leave y'all with that as well, go check that out.
right.
All
Make
right,
sure y'all
y'all.
check out your balls, check out your salt levels, check out your heart. We need you. We
All
need
right.
you.
Take that
We
hoe
need
serious.
our men. Yes, we do, baby.
All right, y'all.
Don't
Till
get
next
checked out.
time.
Bye.
Bye.